What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Is that a free crystal for me to claim? Yeah, of course it is. Duh. You know I'm claiming that crystal. Alright, let's do this, everybody. Let's get a tweet out nice and quick. Let's see, what should we say today? How about Dearest at Marvel Champions? Mark Hamill this time? Why Mark Hamill? I've never tweeted at Mark Hamill. I'm not following Mark Hamill. And yet, Marvel Champions is 4th on the list. Oh, man. Twitter. Get your stuff together, Twitter. Okay, anyway. Dearest at Marvel Champions. Can we rename this Gambit arena to the Please Buff Gambit arena? Yes, I'm now live. Okay, tweet. All right, what up, people? How you guys doing? We got London Reed, first one in here, followed by Obi-Don, Joe Mama, Lakers Bodyguard. We got that Royal Marshal fella in here. What's up? Heyo, Brad Garcia. Is that me? What's up, Roboto? So how good is Stealthy besides Prestige? I don't know. There's some places he's useful. And a lot of times I feel like he's too squishy. And I'm not a fan of him. Ooh, we're getting raided by Super, it looks like. Hashtag Super Squad Raid. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the raid. Dear BG, if Astros watched tape of how to beat opponents is considered cheating, then I think I need to stop watching YouTube MCOC videos. Well, rip. It's been nice knowing you, Obi-Don. I understand. Don't want to be caught cheating. I actually have no knowledge of the Astro cheating accusation situation, whatever it is, whatever deal. You know, sports, me and sports, we don't get along all that well. Starting to run out of B word and G word combos. Don't judge. All right, that's fine. I will not judge. Is that Gloria Man in here? What's up, dude? What's up, Glory? Oh, you just pulled them? That's why you're asking about it? Okay, cool. What's up, Cody? And Super, thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate it. Welcome, Super Squad, Raiders, and Super. What's up, Rampage? What's up, everybody? Let's go do some stuff, eh? Actually, before we do anything, I need to finish putting my points in Masteries. That's what I was doing before the stream started. I don't know what to do. I've got Suicides maxed. I've got Willpower maxed. And I've got the absolute most bare bones proficiency ever, including not even any points in Stupefy. And I should probably put points in Stupefy. Should probably max out Parry. I should probably do lots of things. I was trying to see if there's anything else that I could possibly do that would be even more interesting. I don't know. I don't know if there is. Let me see for a second here. 6. What if I put 1 point in Despair? I maxed out Deep Wounds. Sometimes people ask if there's a Suicide Mastery build that you could have with maxed out Deep Wounds and still have Mystic Dispersion. And I don't think it's possible. Unless you went away with Willpower, which I suppose some champions can technically do that. But so let's see. It'd be 6 points. Plus, you need 11 just to unlock the first point in Mystic Dispersion. So yeah, no, that ain't really possible. Okay. Let's just start putting points in places. It's free mastery reset. Woo! You get to do whatever you want with your masteries. It's amazing. I love this. Might as well max out parry. I want to put points back in Mystic Dispersion. I want to continue running my thing of man. The glory of man thing. If I were to change my name to be more like Glory of Man, which, how could you blame me? Doesn't everyone want to be more like Glory of Man? I would change my name to the Glory of Man thing. Love your stream, but you come on here at or after 1 a.m. here. Yeah, it's understandable, man. Get some sleep if it's late for you. Alright. Let's put the points in dexterity, because I ain't no wuss. We just want all damage, baby. And then I guess another point in limber. Give me that sweet, sweet Mystic Dispersion. Getta sending over 5, saying, did I get my very first slap from the Master BG? Well, I mean, not yet, technically. But, hold it, please. In 3, 2, 1. Slap. There we go, man. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. I appreciate the 5, dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Oh, speaking, we got to get cutoffs squared away too, I guess, huh? All right, you know what? We'll get to cutoffs in a moment. We'll get to. I want to finish putting my points in masteries. That felt great. Thank you, dude. All right, hang on. Let me finish putting these points in the masteries, and then I could see what you guys are saying much better and all that. We're going 5 out of 5 MD, so I can keep using Man Thing to maximum enjoyment levels. And then I got 2 points left over. Where do I put these 2 points, man? I don't know. I guess we'll just put 1 point in Coagulate to help for Omega Red, and just toss this last point in Cruelty. Yes, fine. You need a slap sound effect? Well, you know, I can't do many sound effects, but the slap is one that I could naturally do on account of me creating it. So maybe for when I'm sick and I can't do the actual slap or something. There was like all last week or something, I was having trouble slapping. I had like some throat pain type of thing. Maybe I was snoring in my sleep too much or something. I don't know. But all right, anyway, that's a good looking mastery build right there. I like it. All right, let's move out. Let's move out. Free mastery build week? Yup. Okay. Oh, that's right. We got to get these tier 4 basics tonight. That is a must. It's Gambit and Warlock. Oh, that's right. Warlock. Okay. I don't know what the cutoffs actually were for Longshot. By the way, I did get 4-star Longshot. I had a little bit of extra time, so I actually went higher than expected. I was I got to throw in some 5 stars, a little extra. So yeah, I got 11.2 million. Nice and safe. Wanted that 4-star Longshot. Not that I'm really going to do anything with him, but, you know, eventually I want to get him ranked up and all that. When you add the big D to the wall, it should make a karate sound. Yeah, maybe for Cobra Kai, when Cobra Kai comes back around. Maybe we'll have to temporarily make it karate noises. BG, you were snoring the other night. You kept me up all night when we were camping. Cody, I'm so sorry, man. Laura tells me the same thing all the time. All right, anyway, though, hold on. Longshot is being replaced by Gambit, who is not going to go very high. Oh, goodness. I don't know what to put this guy at, because I think it's easy for players to just be like, yeah, I'll just put up 30 million, and that way I'll get some extra 6-star shards and, you know, maybe get a champion they don't have. get some silver stars on champion, whatever. But I don't think he's going to go 30. I think he's going to go more like 25. But I could easily see him going anywhere between like 23 and 30-ish. So yeah, we're just going to call it 25. As always, if you want the champion, please go higher. The 4-star is not going to go very high. We'll just call that 6 mil. 3-star, usual, say 750k. She-Hulk is being replaced by She-Warlock. Wouldn't that be cool? But no, it's just regular Warlock. Who, a little bit hard to tell. Warlock is a useful champion. I don't know how many people care about Warlock as a 4-star. If this is 5-star Warlock, oh baby. 5-star Warlock would go quite high. But 4-star Warlock, really hard to say. I'm going to take a little bit of a shot in the dark and say about 2.5-ish mil. Again, if you're going for these champions, please go higher. It's just a guess. Alright. Well, I gotta do an energy dump. And then I gotta spend my energy questing. Get it? The craziest thing happened to me today. I grind out 100% uncollected to open 5 and 6-star. And let my little brother open them. He got me a 5-star ghost, which he proceeded to sell. Just kidding, I added that part myself. Opened a 5-star ghost, and then he also got me a 6-star ghost. What? Back-to-back ghosts? What? Dude. What? Congrats, man. That's awesome. You know what? Let's do some uncollected. Let's work our way towards uncollected. Let's get these bozos out of here. Let's throw in Man-Thing. I want to throw in the... Do I need synergies? Yeah, we'll throw in this synergy. And then we'll throw in Omega Red, Colossus, and to get a little bit of extra crit. I don't want hype. You know what? Yeah, let's say hype. Let's throw in this team. Running without the Saber synergy, but that's all right. Omega Red is my backup today. I'm going to try not to use Omega Red, since I always use Omega Red for everything. It's too much, man. Too much Omega Red sometimes. Energy dump sounds painful, but satisfying. Incredibly satisfying. Lakers Bodyguard sending over $1.50 with a juicy piece of definitely unnaturally pink cake. How do they get that color into food? I don't know. It's probably not good for you, but it's delicious. Lakers Bodyguard, thank you very much, dude. Saying, I've been slapped so many times by Beaver that my cheek has the imprint of his big D. Wow. I don't know if to feel proud or dirty. Well, that comment was probably more on the dirty side. But Lakers Bodyguard, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Brian, true or false? Lola is a pillow. False. At least for me. True for you. False for me. My head is too big and heavy, and I would squish Lola like a bug. And therefore, yeah. No. No. I cannot use her as pillow. BG, congrats on the dork video question being asked? Question mark? Well, thank you, I guess. Thoughts on the answer? The answer is about what I expected. I figured it wasn't. I figured it was more on the side of the devs to kind of figure out what abilities they want to include and do their own research. That's kind of what I was guessing. Let's back it up, actually. So the question that I asked Dave to ask the devs was, how do the devs come up with the abilities they come up with for each champion? Do they each individually dig through comics and movies and stuff like that, or is there like one Marvel expert in the studio that kind of decides those things? and then it's up to the designer to kind of implement them. And they said that it's up to each individual champion designer, which is again what I expected. They didn't go into too much detail about the process, which I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to go into detail. I only asked them like how they go about it. Follow-up questions that I would have would be like when they're determining how the abilities work, do they use data of like what they feel players are missing from the game and try to fill in those voids, fill in those gaps. For example, the Sinister boss in Act 6.2. When that boss first came out, there weren't a ton of counters to Mr. Sinister, and, you know, there's still not a ton, but they certainly added some champions and some synergies since then that helped to counter that boss. So, you know, I wonder how much of a role that plays in it all, and just in general, like what I just want to know more of the process of why. I guess the why is always interesting, you know, which they didn't go into too much detail, but that's fair enough. I wasn't really asking all that with my questions, so hopefully I'll get a chance to ask them more about that stuff in the future. I've already talked to them a bunch at Comic-Cons and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever specifically asked them about that. I think I was mostly interested in that just because, well, now I started digging through the comics to see that stuff, so I was curious. Is this whole mini skip / double word thing a YouTube thing or a BG stream thing? I don't watch other streams, so I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a YouTube thing. Oh, man. Try refreshing. If refreshing doesn't work, then I don't know. There's definitely nothing on my end that's causing it. I'm checking all my sound settings and stuff like that. I don't have 2 microphones on or anything. And in the past, some people have said they're getting that, and some others said they're not, so yeah. Also, I've added ketchup to my peanut butter and cheese sandwich. You're a monster. The cake is for your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, is that what it's for? Like a bodyguard. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. You're approximately a slip of a banana peel away from Vancouver. Go over there now and ask them yourself. Go over there now. It's a little late. I don't know if they're still in the office. Plus, hey, listen, that would be fun, but you know, it's just easier if someone else goes. If Dave goes back, you know, it's fine. Cheers, man. Especially with your awesome block shot video, it seemed like a relevant question to ask them and could be relevant with future champions released. Yeah, just kind of curious about it all. Why do I hear something in the background? I don't know. That might just be a YouTube issue again. There's no sounds in the background. It is dead quiet where I'm at. BG, besides your face, stream is great and running fine. Interesting. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I know my face sometimes gets a little blurry, choppy, whatever. I don't know how to fix that. I wish there was a way that I could completely fix that. If you're on the highest settings, it of course it'll look better. But when I'm in the heat of the fight, when specials are flying and everything like that, I know my face gets a little wonky. I improved it a little bit with what was I gonna say? Improved a little bit with. Well, I need to barf on this guy. It improved a little bit with adjusting the bit rate. Oh god, I didn't even want to use a special 3. I wanted to use another special 2. I upped the bitrate, so yeah, it used to look worse. Now it looks slightly better, but I think I would need to, like, double the bitrate in order for it to really be perfect, and that's just too much. Nobody would be able to watch the stream. It'd be too much data. I think he was just calling you ugly. Oh, that's possible. Yeah. I just meant need a shave. Ah, got it. Okay. Just go big head mode 100% of the time. Easy fix. I could do that. You are right. This Gambit arena looks like a lot like the monthly quest. Yeah, it's weird. They're trying something new with the arena. I don't know if I like it. It's different. What's up, BG? What quest is this? It's the Gambit arena, of course. Silly. This is uncollected. I'm just dumping my energy. This is uncollected. This is like the first or second quest. Yeah, second quest, actually. I think he's saying your beauty is too much to handle for just any old camera. It's not just your face, the gameplay too, if you were talking about the pixely thingy. Yeah, I know the gameplay too, to some degree. But usually the gameplay isn't quite as deteriorated as my face. I don't know how to fix it. It's... I spent a bunch of time. I spent like, I don't know, a few hours on stream testing one day and a few hours off stream testing, and this was the best I was able to do. I would love to know if there's like, oh man, like if there was just some kind of stream expert that could just take a look at my settings, but I've played with all of the settings. And I do not know how to fix it. I mean, this game is not the most intense game ever compared to like some of like the first-person shooters, some of the real high-intensity games and stuff like that. You know, I've never really paid attention though. I've never really watched those streams to see if it gets kind of wonky in those streams too. A lot of times when I have a stream on, it's kind of more background noise than anything. What I do know is that some of the like the best streamers out there, they record in higher bitrate than what they stream in, and I do the same to some extent, but I don't go crazy with it. Some of those guys go crazy with it, where so it's bitrate that is like determines the quality of the stream. And the highest that you can stream in is around like 6,000. That's what like the top guys stream in and everything. And some of them will record their videos in like 20,000. So from 6,000 to 20,000 bitrate. Wait a minute, don't I have a synergy where my charges can't go below 50%? Oh wait, isn't that never mind, I think that's just versus villains. Ah, crap. This month's boring. Already completed all quests. Must have used some energy refills, because I am not even close to completing all quests. Have you seen the 6-star speculations? Fix-It and Star-Lord coming. Exciting. Joe Fix-It making his great comeback, eh? That is exciting. Joe Fix-It, not that bad of a champ. Get him as a rank 1 6-star. You know, might have some use to him. Interesting. But no, I did not see that. Get man-thinged. Fix-It, man. I just can't wait for my 6-star Falcon. Oh, someone was asking about openings. I saw the comment. I think I skipped over it when I was rambling about something else. I'm gonna 5-star opening is coming as soon as Silver Surfer is added to the basic, which is about 5 weeks away, and 6-star opening is gonna happen. It's probably not gonna happen for a while. I want a chance to get 6-star Doom, and 6-star Doom is not being added for like 3 months or something. I don't know if I can wait that long. Like, I really am thinking about, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking about going for Mojo in the arena. I don't know if he got too hyped up by his beating the champion or not. I don't know. He seems like the type of champion that some people would like. I know for a fact I like him, but like I don't know. He's like a Man Thing sort of. I think Man Thing's awesome, and I'm not just saying. I don't know. I'm not just saying that because he's an underused champ. I actually legit think he's good, but many people don't, and I feel like Mojo might be in that same boat, but I don't know if I can put up enough high enough score. Like he might have gotten just a little bit extra hype from the last few videos that were uploaded about him from the CCP. I don't know how to gauge it. So if I do want to go for him, though, it would be nice to open up my 6-star crystals and get the additional score. Which could mean the difference between getting Mojo and not, you know. Forgotten Massacre and an over 5. Thank you very much, saying, hey BG, thanks for the item of the streams. I managed to 100% 6.2 for under 1k units. Nice, man. Majority doing going to Mordo and Champion Boss. Dude. Yeah, those are by far the two most difficult things to get through. Very nice though, man. Under 1k units is really good. For 100%ing 6.2. That's good stuff, man. Congrats on that. Nicely done. And thank you very much for the support. Appreciate the 5. You're going for that pretty Deadpool profile pick in the arena objectives. Wait, is there a profile pick from the arena? Objectives? BG, what if Kabam added a feature where once a month people could select a special quest from the past to return, like the maze or other things like that? Thoughts? Interesting. It's interesting. Hold on. I need to finish. I need to barf all over this man first. Oh no. Oh no, I got blasted. We need to spam specials to kill this guy. I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, there's definitely some quests where I would want to revisit them. No doubt about it. But I wonder if there's a way to, like, abuse a feature like that. Like, you know, the quests, there's definitely some thought that goes into the balancing of the rewards for each month. And sometimes there's better rewards for a month compared to others. And if you're just able to keep selecting, like, the best rewards, I could see that being easily abused. Not to mention, this game is you know, there's a lot going on in this game. And that might confuse newer players for, like, what they would want to pick as a rerun. So I think I would personally enjoy it, but I'm not sure if it would be the best thing for the game. You know, we were just talking about the maze earlier today, though. I was talking about it with a few people, and I think the maze should have been permanent. It would have been good to have that quest be permanent. If they bring back the maze, that'd be cool, man. And just say, hey, you know, we know the maze. Some of you were able to complete it, but it was released at a time where maybe not everyone was up to the abilities to, you know, the roster, skills, whatever, weren't able to complete the maze. So we're bringing it back, and we're going to make it permanent. Something like that. That'd be cool. As if you were going for the Deadpool profile pick last week in chat, BG. Whoops. Wait, so hold on. Where is it? It's in the objectives? Is it in here, or is it in the actual arena itself? Hold on. I feel like we looked at it maybe at some point, and I just totally forgot about it. Mojo Worlder. Well, I'll definitely have to get that. 800,000 points? Okay. But there's a profile pick, too. Stay there. You were there? Oh, whoops. So in the objectives? Let me see. Whoops. No. Damn it. Let me just click through these. So not there. Not there. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to get this. Defeat Deadpool 50 times in arena. Okay. Well, I've defeated him twice, so yeah, I'm almost there. So it's 80, 50, 80, 110, 130, 150. Got it. Okay. No problem. Yeah, you know, even though I will probably never use this profile picture, I like collecting little things like this, so yeah. Happy belated actual birthday. How you been, buddy? B. Daniels, what's up, man? I've been good, man. How about you? How's everything with the whole situation, you know? Hope everything's good. Hope your mom's good. All right, and let's hold on. Let's go hit the arena though. I first and foremost, I need to do this arena. I need to get the tier 4 basics. That is the highest priority thing for me to do. You can fight Deadpool nearly every round in that special arena. Okay. Hey Brian, first time, long time. I have been going for the 9 million milestone in the featured 5-star arena to get the 30% rewards. What do you typically need to hit to get the 10% rewards? That arena has changed a bit recently with more people getting more 6 stars and everything. I think it's around 14-ish million. I think maybe a little bit higher than 14 million. Is where the cutoff falls sometimes. Oh yeah, I see someone saying 14. Pete's saying 15. So yeah. Pete's saying 15.2-ish actually. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot. that's a lot right there, man. I mean, technically people are able to put up 15 million today with fewer rounds than they were able to put up 12 million in the past. It's not, you know, it's not, can't say that for everybody, but depending on how your roster has grown, people are able to hit 15 million in less than 100 rounds. So the number's gone up, but the actual time investment for some has not. But if you maybe don't pop open a lot of cav crystals, maybe don't get a lot of 6-star shards from various places in the game, it can be really tough to keep up with that kind of score. And I stopped trying a long time ago. I think it's... Yeah, B-Manny doesn't use 5 stars in the arena anymore. Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's... I don't know. I think it's better to get the units from the other milestones. I mean, ideally you get everything. You know, why not? The rewards are there if you got the time. It's worth it. But if you don't have the time, it's understandable. Or you just hate the arena, it's understandable. I think it's better putting the time into getting units in other arenas. Thank you, Brian. P.S. Love the videos and streams. Thanks, man. could put 10 mil in 2 rounds. Yeah. BG, I gotta poop. Let it out, man. Release the demon. Can Namor kill 6.2.2? Not really. Talking about the Sinister boss? Not really. You need to be constantly attacking in order to reduce damage, and yeah, he's gonna kill you before you kill him. Even if you have a way to gain the Fury with the Heimdall synergy, you're probably gonna get wrecked. Do you watch My Hero Academia? I do not. I don't even know what it is. I think it's an anime, but I don't even know that for sure. The worst part of Arena is setting up the streak. Yeah, it is the worst part for sure. Especially if you're not running suicides. If you run suicides, which Roboto, I know you're on your way to unlock, right? How's that unit goal coming? Once you have full suicides, it's not as bad, but it's still annoying. Hello, good sir. My keyboard is in the dishwasher. What? Excuse me, Pete? Is that a real... Please, what? Excuse me? Pooping is for the weak and constipation is for the strong. What? That came from 2 different people. Currently grind every single milestone. It's a ton of grinding. It is a ton of grinding, but man, your progress in this game, you notice, like, the amount of units that you can gain for putting in that kind of effort, it's pretty serious. Your units will skyrocket if you're able to grind all the milestones. Got 2 carb cores, need 1 more at 92 units at the moment. Okay, alright. Sounds good. Oh yeah, that's right, you're waiting on the Black ISO market summoner sigil stuff. Got it. For this week only, I'm going with 3 out of 3 recoil, arena grind. I'm going to miss it. It is pretty nice having maxed out recoil. I should have maybe done the same myself. I had a couple of extra points to play with. That would have been good. Like right here, if I had 3 out of 3 recoil, would have killed him, I think. Maybe. Hard to say. Don't you know I'm a keyboard streamer? That's true. I forgot, Pete. I'm sorry. Well, 1 at full price, so yeah. I mean, how much of a discount is it anyway? It's probably worth saving, but Christopher Cordova sent it over 2. Thanks, man. Saying, what do you think 4th of July will be this year? I think it will be fireworks and barbecues and slip and slides. If we're lucky, slip and slides. No, sorry. Okay. I think now that we've officially seen 6-star Awakening gems in game, I would not man, I really thought Cyber Monday was going to be the first time that we saw a 6-star Awakening gem from an offer. But there was none in game. The Abyss, I think it was supposed to come out before Cyber Monday. I think they just were spending extra time on it and stuff. But now that it's officially out, we'll also probably have the conclusion of Act 6 before July, hopefully, right? I mean, they've already done the beta testing and stuff like that, so I can't imagine it's too much further away. So we'll probably have another source of 6-star Awakening gem. So 4th of July, I'm thinking, hey, it's about time we get a 6-star Awakening gem offer. So yeah, I expect that. I expect that to be like the big ticket prize. And then kind of just filled with the usual stuff. 6-star shards, 5-star shards, all the different catalyst types, tier 4 basics, tier 4 class catalysts, all that stuff. You know, sig stones, gold, all the usual stuff. I just expect that to be the big thing, and then also Nexus crystals. Was there Nexus crystals for Cyber Monday? I honestly cannot remember. And I'm thinking those would be like from spending. So you don't get. I don't think you'd get Nexus crystals from like the units, but if you spend money, then maybe you'll get Nexus crystals for each Odin or something like that. Is that too OP? Like a Nexus crystal for each Odin that you, like a Nexus 6-star crystal. A 5-star crystal would not be too OP, definitely not. But I wonder if they would think a 6-star Nexus crystal would be too good. Which they might. I mean, 6-star crystals, it's not like we're moving on to 7-star champions anytime soon. So if you get a 6-star Nexus crystal, when we only just started seeing 5-star Nexus crystals, that might be too early. Picking out which champion you want might give too big of an advantage for players who spend versus players who don't. So I don't know if they would do that, but realm of possibility, I suppose. But yeah, 6-star gem. I think that's. I would be shocked if there was not a generic, but a random one. I'd be shocked if there wasn't one of those. As for the rest of the stuff, you know, it's still early to tell. We'll have to see how the Tier 5 class Catalyst progression comes along to see like what would be included in a 4th of July offer, if it would just be a few fragment crystals or a chance to like get a full one. Maybe if there's a choice, maybe be a full Tier 5 class Catalyst versus a full Awakening Gem. No, maybe that's too strong. Because I would go with the class Catalyst. I don't know. Lags, what's up though, dude? Hey, Dungeon Bunny, want to do the deed? Yeah, man, definitely. Let's do it. Let me get out of this round real quick. Have we know to practice for Confusion Node, like the reverse controls? There's a path in 6.1, the final quest, 6.1.6. It's the only one that comes to mind. Well, if you're in 6.3, there's also a reverse control path, 6.3.1. I think those are the only two places that, off the top of my head at least, I know of. Or if Confusion is something else, then I'm not even sure. When is Doom coming to the basic pool? Heard February 25th. We can check it out on Aunt May. I think it is February 25th, but let's double check here. Now that I know that Aunt May has this feature. Doom. Yep, February the 25th. Doom will be there. And he will not be square. I can tell you that much. Okay, what do we got? Tech and science. Tech and science. I wish it was cosmic so I could run my man thing. Who do I want to bring? I guess we'll bust out Corvus. Might as well. Corvus. I guess we'll go mostly cosmic. Corvus, Hype, and Beardo? I don't know. So this final champion doesn't really matter. I don't even expect to use them. Let's just go Beardo. Sure, why not? Whatever, man. I almost threw Nick Fury in there, but Bring Quake. Is there a synergy? or are you just saying because the other day somebody wanted me to use Quake? Oops, sorry. Forgot to hit OK. Corvus Tech and Science Day Beast? Yeah, of course. Or do you hate her? Oh, man. That person really, really wanted me to use Quake. Wait, B. Daniels, did you say... Let me scroll up. Much better back in the road. She's doing much better. Okay, good, man. That's good. Glad to hear it. Okay, let me hide cutoffs. Where am I going? Where am I going? Number 1. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, of course. Of course there's a Void. I should have planned around Void, bringing double immune champ maybe. Damn it. The one thing I did not do. Oh, I saw a persistent charge. Is this Sentry? Yeah, Sentry. Of course. So no charge here, but that's alright. No problem, Sentry. I'll take you down. Just like any other champ. Should finish him. Yeah. Hi, bro. Can you tell me how can I get faster tier 4 catalysts? I might for these dungeon changes. Dude, yeah, lag. Seriously, man. I've been waiting for dungeon changes my entire life. And by entire life, I mean, well, since they first came out, I guess. They're hyping them up a bit, so I hope they're actually, I hope the changes are actually good. I don't know. Still always a little, who knows if I'm gonna like them or not, but I'm hoping they're good. Oh, sorry. The person asking about Catalyst, though. Let me focus on this fight real quick. Okay, Pilfer. Pilfer kind of sucks for hype, but let's use him anyway. Oh, wow. Genius play right there. I didn't gain any Furies on the first heavy, which means he couldn't pilfer any. Pro move. Okay, but the tier 4 class, the tier 4 catalysts, the basics, tier 4 catalysts are kind of just hard to come by in general. The basic catalysts, you can get them from the arena, from the monthly event quests. Take the boss. All right. From the Glory Store. I would say the Glory Store is typically where players are going to get catalyst type rewards early on, at least. Which means, yeah, you got to do Alliance Quest. You get them from Alliance Quest rewards, like rank rewards too, and everything. But yeah, the Glory Store is going to be a great source of them. The class catalysts, I guess, are pretty much the same. I didn't have to really say basic. Except class catalysts are a little bit more hard to come by through the arena. You kind of have to get lucky to get them in the arena. Otherwise, you're only getting a low level of fragments. Whereas the basic catalysts, you get fully formed catalysts. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same. You know, the later difficulties of the monthly event quests, the Glory Store, Alliance Quest ranked rewards. It's pretty much how you get that stuff. This game is exactly the same as Raid Shadow Legends. I've never played that game. Get 3 random champs, use them in dungeons, leave them after you quit out of dungeons, will test player knowledge, and it's much more fun. Hold on, wait, leave them after you quit out of dungeons? Huh? I do think dungeons is a great place to learn how to use champions, though, man. Or just it's kind of a good like testing ground for them. Because these are pretty difficult fights. A lot of times they're difficult, at least. Whereas testing them in like Realm of Legends doesn't always do it justice. Gotta go eat. Great stream as always. Cheers. Alright, man. Have a good one. What do we got? Recharge and Special Lock 1. Okay. Oh, maybe I should have thrown Hype in here just to give him that full yellow bar. Since we seem to be getting voids. And that health might actually come in handy. You can't use your own champs. You get a random dungeon champs. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Can't use them outside. You get random champs. They go away when you cut out of the dungeons. You take the boss. You're good? Oh, you're good. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be fun on some level. If there was like a special event for it or something like that. Because one of the main motivators to continue progressing this game is dungeons. Maybe not for everybody. Maybe it will be a bigger motivator once the update comes out. However that looks. But you know, I'm like one of the biggest reasons that I want to get a rank 3 6-star right now is because of the dungeons. And if the dungeon update is good, then man, I might find myself in the abyss before long. Raid Shadow Legends? You mean that epic dark fantasy done right? That game that's crazy popular with almost 15 million downloads in the last 6 months? Is that how the ads go for it? I always tune those things out, man. Oh, man. I could have got the Avenger kill. I went tech. Maybe this will be an Avenger. It is an Avenger. Wow, look at that. That's awesome. Some good luck right there. Sweet. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm pumped to see what they do for the dungeons. You already got the Avenger charge? Huh. Did I? From Hulkbuster? Is Hulkbuster an Avenger? I didn't realize. Alright, Brawl. Dude, how... Man, I kind of miss Brawl showing up in other areas of the game. I know I'm probably one of the few, because so many people hate Brawl. But, and it's super difficult to deal with. But we have more ways to counter Unstoppable now, and it's kind of fun, I don't know. Oh, dang. I forgot about Brawl. It does feel like the Brawl timing is incorrect, though. It always felt that way. Where it should be like every, like 10 seconds between Unstoppables. Alright, yeah, everyone's saying Hulkbuster's Avenger. My bad, guys. God, you're a Corvus noob? I know I am. I so rarely use Corvus. I pulled him too late, man. You know, most of the content in the game was done. My Alliance War path, I can't really use Corvus. Alliance Quest, I couldn't really use Corvus either. Everything was set up around not having Corvus. And then I pulled him. BG, is 5-star Colossus worth rank 5 for 6.2/6.3 outside of that Havoc quest? Yeah, absolutely. Colossus, one of the strongest champs in the entire game. BG, how many units for full suicides? Including willpower, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 8,000. Colossus worth rank 5 in general unless you're looking for a prestige option. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Prestige-wise, he's lacking, but other than prestige, the dude is a monster. Alright, Ant-Man. Let's make this quick and painless, buddy. Nice and easy. Wait a minute, I just realized that Hulkbuster was a hidden node. Lags, man. How did you know he was going to be there? You set me up to get that Avengers charge. That was incredible, man. That was some next level stuff, dude. It's like you had a dungeon scouter lens thing active. Maxed scouter lens. Yeah, dude. Alright, let's get the evade charge too now while we're at it. Aggression regen, recharge. Okay. No problem. No problem. Oh, there's an evade. I will knock you down with a special. I want to be... Oh, man, this is an interesting note. Like, I want to be charging my special by holding block, but at the same time, I want to... Oh, wait, this is going to kill him. Oh, no, I screwed up. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was talking and it screwed up. Whoops. Oh, I didn't need that third charge anyway, guys. It's fine. It's totally fine. Is this the last room? This might be the last room. Then we have one more. I don't even know. Whatever. Hi, BG. How are you, old friend Luke? I'm doing good, man. How have you been? How you doing? BG, I hear tell Doom is better unduped. Is that right or subjective? No, he's not better unduped. I don't think, at least. I asked because I was going to save my shards for a feature crystal to try to get him duped. Thoughts? I don't think he's better unduped. It's just he's doesn't need to be duped, kind of thing. Unless there's something I'm unaware of, because I've never heard that. I've never heard that about Doom, that he's better unawakened. BG, do you think it's about time Kabam introduced 6-star dungeon crystals? Maybe a little too early for a 6-star dungeon crystal, but hopefully they add some 6-star shards to the dungeons. I think that would be good. Oh, here we go. Here's another chance to get the evade charge. Go ahead, Spider-Gwen. Oh, there it is. Don't evade, don't evade, don't evade. Of course, she evades. Don't evade, don't evade, don't evade, don't evade. Yay! Freaking Spider-Gwen, man. The most deadly of all opponents. Entire contest. BG recently pulled Old Man Logan, and me likey him. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Ooh, got MODOK too. He's pretty cool. Chaos and Dismay. I like him. Not enough to give him some serious rank up resources, but Every once in a while, I like using him with my 2016 rank up gem that I gave him. Ooh, I'm unstoppable. Well, if I'm unstoppable, let's just go nuts. Yeah! Alright, unstoppable's over. Oh, he's unstoppable now. Great. And I broke him, too. I thought they fixed this bug. Apparently not. The best part of this bug is if I go to heavy attack him, he will immediately hit me. Now, of course, I shouldn't heavy attack. I know how this bug works. I should just attack into his block, and I'll be fine. But I just can't resist. Let's go for the heavy. Oh, it actually got it. Wow, sweet. Normally, he just attacks right away if you go for the heavy. You already killed the boss lags? Oh, well. Good run, then. Good run. Man. Oh, whoops. Conclude. TY boss killer dungeon buddy. Okay. Yeah, I hope the dungeon update's good, man. I kind of wish they didn't hype it up because I am definitely excited. And I'm expecting good things. and I want to go in with no expectations. I want to just go in thinking, tiny updates. Nothing special. But now I'm like, the world needs to be inside of the dungeons. It needs to be the craziest game mode of all time. I'm lagging out, it seems. Can't get through this loading screen. There we go. Alright, let's get those tier 4 basics, man. I need me these tier 4 basics. Dude, I'm really lagging out. It took a long time for that mail to open up. Clicked on it a bunch. And now it's taking a while to go into the arena. Server's taking a poop right now. If you're going into an alliance war... Is there even an alliance war on right now? What day is today? Thursday? Yeah, there is alliance war on right now, right? If you're going to alliance war, be careful. Playing with your man thing in the dungeon sounds wrong, but looks so right. I agree. So Dave hyped it up a lot, and I'm sure we all trust his judgment. The devs hyped it up too, and I mean, I don't know what the changes are, but even at Comic-Con, even back at Comic-Con, they were like saying, dungeons is something they wanted to put a lot of attention towards because it's they've heard all our feedback on it and stuff like that and so on, but you never really know. Like, the thing about dungeons is when they were first released, dude, they were awesome. To me, at least. I know not everyone was on board with the dungeons, but I really like the idea of dungeons. And then I quickly saw all the holes in it of like, okay, the rewards aren't that good. You're better off spending the time in the arena. Strike one. There's no leaderboard. Strike two. Even if there was a leaderboard, you can just buy your way up the leaderboard technically, since there's no limit on the number of items you can buy, which also happen to be extremely expensive to buy. So if you're not spending, like, I don't know, man, it just... I want it to be more of an interactive game mode where you can... Like, it's cool that they have a way to heal off the final boss, but if there was other ways to maybe heal... and the way the scaling worked, there was just a lot that was really fun about the original dungeons that kind of upon further playing was just so yeah, I'm hoping that those other bad things are gone when they introduce the new things, but we'll see. Why do you think Kabam introduced Grandmaster Shards and calendar for the uncollected title, but no Cavalier Shards and calendar for Cavalier title? Probably just wasn't the right time for it yet. I'm sure there'll be Cavalier Shards in the future, but I think Cavalier crystals in general were released too early. So maybe they just... Maybe this was like their way of halfway introducing it where there's no shards for it, but you can buy the crystals. BG, any plans on making updated Arena Infinite Street Guide on the featured and Catalyst Arena? I want to, but I feel like I don't know if we're going to get changes for the arena. It's one of those things where I wish I could just ask Kabam. And I mean, I could ask them anything, but what I mean is they're probably not going to answer that, you know? Like, hey, are there going to be any major updates to the arena in the next 6 months? I want to make a video on it. They'll be like, hey, no comment or something. I don't know. It just feels like as soon as I make one of those guides, there's going to be a major update, and then I'm going to... It's, you know, it's going to immediately make the other guide outdated again. I might do it anyway. Because... Yeah, the other arena guide is pretty old at this point. It does take a bunch of work. The first arena guide, the Infinite Street guide I made, it definitely took more work than the average video that I made. So that's why I didn't just like see an update and then immediately go to make a different one, a new guide, you know. But I don't have like I have a kind of a short list of videos that I want to make in the immediate future, and a new Infinite Street guide is not on that list. New Sparkles is fun to take against Mojo. You can do some alright damage while pretending the degen isn't there. Interesting counter. Because of the degen, what, does it not do damage when you have the indestructible or something? Or you do just mean ignoring it altogether? Oh, the Spidey was not even awakened. I was scared if he was going to evade. Would do dungeons if I wait, I would do friends if I had a dungeon. Wait, what? Oh, I see, because someone else said I would do dungeons if I had friends. Dude, here's one other thing about the dungeons that I really disliked, actually, and I hope is fixed with this new iteration. You know, in other games, you're able to play with your friends kind of no matter where they're at in the game. Not every game, maybe, but most games, you can team up with your buddy, even if you've been playing the game for a long time, you're a veteran of the game, an expert, and someone else downloads the game, you guys can play together. And yeah, you can do that with the dungeons too, but it just feels worthless. You know, like, I don't know, man. It just feels really bad to do it currently. I hope there's a better system, and I guess they improved it once with the friendship bonus, but it's not enough in my opinion. I hope there's improvements to that where I don't feel like I'm wasting my time if I want to play with a friend and help them get through the dungeons. Or, you know, maybe an alliance mate who last minute they're trying to complete their dungeons for the week. And, you know, they just need someone to help them out real quick. It feels bad right now. It's a tough thing to balance. You can't make it too OP, otherwise people just farm the dungeons non-stop, I guess. But, I don't know. Is that even the worst thing? You could already do that in the arenas. Like, maybe you can't give the artifacts every time, but I don't know, man. Something a little more than what you get right now, I guess. That's what I'm getting at. Didn't you say yesterday you were going to release a mastery video today? I did say that, yeah. And then I got busy, and the video's done, but I wanted to release the video earlier instead of releasing it late at night. And yeah, the video is done. It'll be uploaded tomorrow, definitely. I've said that more than once, but no, the video is done. The first in the Mastery series, at least. It's just for newer players, so for a lot of you that are in here, it may not be too helpful, the first video, and the later ones will be, but hopefully there's some newer players that can take advantage of the info at least. If you do 100 rooms, you get to select a 6-star. That might be a little too OP. I would do 100 rooms easy. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Do you mean like 100 rooms in a row? I thought you were just talking about 100 rooms in total. You probably mean 100 rooms like in the same round. Yeah, never mind. Nobody's doing that. But can you imagine if it was only like 100 rooms total? Oh, man. I'd run through my entire roster. Every day, all day, every day. BGA completed Labyrinth yesterday with Quake and Ghost. Not so satisfying rewards, but at least I didn't use many resources either. Nice, dude. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not spending an arm and a leg to get through Labyrinth, the rewards are still decent enough, in my opinion. All jokes aside, there should be a feature where random people can't quit mid-dungeon. It's so annoying. That's another kind of flaw in the system, I would say, where okay, so you're trying to get all your milestones for the round, right? For the, I say the week, but you know, it's a 3-day round. But anyway, you're trying to get all your milestones for the week, right? And you find a random partner, and you almost get all of your milestones. You're like 1,000 points away. Well, what do, man? You queue up to play another round of the dungeons. But if you only need 1,000 points, and the person that you queue up with, that's the first time queuing, and they want to get all their points, and they throw in their best champions. You're just throwing in whatever champions. You want to quit out after, you know, after your 1,000 points. Like, how does that work out? There's no incentive for that other person to stay. It's the dungeons, there's just so many things about them that, like, although I'm definitely excited for the update, I do not think that they're going to be able to fix everything with the dungeons. I just don't think it's even possible, even if they, you know, even in like future updates. I just think there's always going to be some issues with dungeons, just because that's how it is for any game. You know, anytime you include another player, the best thing that you could possibly hope for is maybe something like this. The player quits out and AI takes over for them or something like that, and you're able to to still like tell them which node to take, or they'll take a random node if none is picked after a minute or something like that. And of course that kind of AI controlled player, they they can't be as good as a regular player, otherwise it'd be too OP. But at least maybe you'd still be able to complete some rooms. It wouldn't totally screw you over. But like, can you imagine? Like, that probably takes a lot of work on Kabam's end to do something like that. I would imagine, at least. I don't actually know. I mean, they do have an auto fight system in the game, but this would have to be like a much more advanced auto fight, which is different than just like having an aggressive versus defensive AI kind of thing, you know? If I queue with somebody and they need more points, I continue to play. That seems like dungeon etiquette. Yeah, it definitely is dungeon etiquette. Not ideal for me, but I don't want to be the reason they wasted certain champs. I agree. I do the same thing. The few times that I queued up that way, I do the exact same thing, but most people are not going to do that, and it just feels bad too. Like sometimes you don't have that kind of time, you know. At least make it so your team characters don't get disabled when the person quits. Yeah, that could be good too. If the other person quits out, they'd have to find a way to make sure you can't abuse it. But if there's a way to preserve your champions if the other player quits after the first room, let's say, at least that would be something to help towards that. The dungeons are so cool, man, but there's really an unlimited amount of things that you could change to them. It's, you know, one of the devs said that this version, like, when they were working on the dungeons, they mentioned this on Twitter. Actually, we could pull up the tweet. Hang on. Okay, so they mentioned this on Twitter. They say, worked on the very first version of Dungeons, and the newest version is so close to our blue sky scenario, it's kind of scary. I've been dreaming of that version of the mode since then, and I can't wait for all of you to see it. It's hella fun. So, it's kind of saying that, like, you know, what their original vision was for Dungeons, they, you know, didn't have enough time to, like, fully develop it, which, that's how every game works, you know? Every game sees updates over time. They have to, you know, it's better for them to get some version of the content out, in most cases at least, rather than just waiting. Like, can you imagine if there was no Dungeons at all until this point? It's better that we had Dungeons than not at all. But he's also saying, like, this is going to be close to what their original goals are with Dungeons. Which does make it seem like, you know, it is going to be some kind of big changes. I kind of forgot where I was going with this, to be honest. I just thought it was interesting that one of the devs kind of, you know, commented on that. But I don't think nothing's ever complete, I guess is what I'm trying to say. As I'm sure, like, refined and awesome as the update's gonna be, there's always gonna be issues with it. Never gonna be perfect. IBG, when are you joining an alliance again? I'm in an alliance. What are you talking about, man? For Nana. No, I don't know. I would love to. I mean, I'm missing the rewards of being in an alliance. I'm missing them a lot, but it's just not possible at the moment. So I have to stay in my own alliance for now. But yeah, we'll see about in the future. Man, sometimes things just happen in the dungeons, too, that are kind of beyond your control. Or, you know, like, you know, disconnects and stuff like that. But even things that are in your control and you just, like, mess up. Like that time Iron Fist just laid me out. Dude, I slipped up for 1 second. He 5-hit comboed me and I was toast. Stuff like that happens. It kind of sucks for the other person playing with you. It sucks for everybody involved, really, but... Cutoffs? Yeah, cutoffs, my bad. I don't necessarily think that that's something that should change, but... if there was more of an incentive to go back in, at least it wouldn't feel as bad. Like, if it was more of a farmable area of the game, and you just messed up one of the rounds, then I actually don't think it would feel as bad. Drop Faith, what's up, dude? All you gotta do is make the CD on champs based on rooms completed. Maybe. There could be ways to abuse that too. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of balance you could probably have there to make it so that you can't really abuse it. But it might still feel bad. Are you saying 1 room minimum or no cooldown, 2 rooms slightly higher, 5 rooms and up would be whatever max cooldown they set? Yeah, it's rough because like there's still ways for players to be screwed over by a system like that. If there's like an hour and a half left before the dungeons are done, and you're just trying to get your rewards in, even if you get hit with a low cooldown, like it still might be enough that it just kind of crushes your dungeon hopes and dreams. Which, like I said, it's not always a bad thing. I think that's part of the dungeons, is sometimes you're going to mess up and not get as far, and that's what makes it exciting when you do get far, and that's how you can justify the rewards and stuff too. But when you're playing with a random person, it just... that can feel bad. Warlock should be over 3 mil in the basic? You think so? I don't know. I mean, if I was grinding for him, I probably would go over 3 million myself, but yeah, I got my guess as 2.5 mil. We'll see. Please go higher if you are a grinding. Warlock's a tough one to predict because he is a good champion. He's a really good champion. But I don't know how many people care about him as a 4-star. There's certain champions that are more powerful as 4-stars than others, just based on the content that you're doing. You may not necessarily need Warlock's abilities. With a 4-star, it's with Warlock's abilities, I guess, in general, it's a little bit harder to say because you're getting to, with 4 stars, you're still trying to get uncollected in a lot of ways, and being able to cancel the opponent's healing could be really useful on your way to becoming uncollected. But then a lot of the other like beyond uncollected, some of the really difficult nodes where you want to cancel healing, 4-star really doesn't hold up, and you probably want to bring other champions to those situations. I don't know. Probably doing a poor job of explaining it, but... Hello, Mr. Grant. Bye, Mr. Grant. So, Abe. All right, man. What's up? See you later. Running pure offense, no D or utility. Love free mastery days. The old naked and afraid. In alliance being a 4 nanocator hardly counts. Well, you're right. I actually signed up for Alliance Quest today, but I didn't even join. I'm a terrible Alliance member. I signed up for map 1 of AQ, and I didn't join. This is my first time it's my first time starting AQ. BG, any tips on starting an MCOC YouTube channel? It kind of depends on what your goals are, Shiv. If you just want to upload some stuff to show your alliance mates or buddies or whatever, then really just upload whatever you feel like. If you're trying to grow a channel and, you know, really want to turn that into something more than like just for fun, I think the best thing is to find ways to help people. It's kind of a win-win, you know. If you make content that helps people, they will return the favor in a lot of times, and by subscribing to your channel and stuff like that. And then, you know, the more people you have subscribed, the more people that also check out your other content that is not only helpful, but, you know, crystal openings and stuff like that. At least that's what I've noticed. Or, you know, in some cases, if you're just popping open such a crazy amount of crystals, then people will watch that just because they like to see that, like with, you know, crystal opening whale, since the biggest draw for his channel was just popping open tons of crystals. I mean, there's really, you can really do whatever you want. You could make your channel entirely about humor, and people eat that stuff up too. If you can find a way to make things funny. Like if you ever look on Reddit, the things that get upvoted the most, it's all the funny stuff, you know. So you can kind of do whatever you want. Another good piece of advice that I always give is just to make the type of content that you're most interested in, because you'll enjoy it, you know. If you've gotten a lot of help from guides and you'd enjoy helping others by making guides, then go that route. If you are the type of person that's just more into the humor, then make that stuff. And yeah, man, just try it out. You got nothing to lose. Start map 2 and do the whole path to the boss by myself. Oh, no, oh, an AQ. Okay, I was confused for a second there. Nice, man. Yeah, I want to see how far I can go. I said I would do that when I first left for Loki, and I haven't tried yet, but I want to see. I'm gonna go map 1, then map 2, and so on. I didn't realize you could still pick like the crazy bonuses. Like I have Dismay for my bonus for today, but you could pick like Bane and whatever else. When's the next itemless run coming up? I don't know. Dude, I love doing itemless, but some days I have a hard time kind of fitting it in with the rest of the stuff going on. I really like, this would be a great time to while masteries are free, this would be a great time to just, you know, try out all kinds of different mastery builds that would help me in my runs. But it's not necessarily a great time with the rest of the stuff going on, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a date right now to share with you. Hate to say it. But probably not too far in the future, maybe a few days from now. Who should I rank 5, Nick Fury or Aegon? They're both great rank 5s. Depends on what you're looking to tackle next. If you want to do Labyrinth or the Abyss, then Aegon is your man for that for sure. Everywhere else, probably Nick Fury. Aegon's also useful in like the, you know, like the later Act 6 stuff, and I'm sure he's going to be useful in 6.4. But Nick Fury is also useful there, so I don't know which one is necessarily better in that case, but I would probably choose Nick Fury over Aegon for general questing purposes, and then just go with Aegon for Labyrinth Abyss. You never respond to my questions. Not cool. Unsubscribe. Well, bummer, man. If that was your question, I would have answered it. But you got to understand there's a lot of people in the chat. You can only read so many questions. BG, you excited about the Mastery pages that was mentioned by Kabam? Not really. I mean, they've been talking about that for a while. I think it'd be a great change for them to implement, yeah, but they've been talking about it for a while. I'll be excited when it actually comes to the game, you know? I guess it takes a lot of effort on their part to do something like that. You know, at Comic-Con this past year, the guy who what's it called? The guy who made like every single mastery, that was his job, was making all the masteries. He was there, and he talked a little bit about it. He I guess because it was one of the earlier systems added to the game, you know, they were just trying to I don't know. I guess they probably didn't have as many people at Kabam yet. They were probably just trying to do what they could to get stuff into the game quickly. It seemed like because it was added such a long time ago, it maybe wasn't set up in a way that you could like quickly iterate on it and make changes easily. And that's why there hasn't been many changes to the mastery system over time. And the changes that we have seen are really small things, like the description of a mastery changing, you know? So yeah, that seems to be the hold up with masteries, is just that it's harder than we think for them to make those changes. But yeah, man, I hope they do come out with a system like that where you can have preset masteries that you can swap between. It'd be nice. Hey BG, if the person who named walkie-talkies named everything, pregnancy test equals maybe baby bra? Wait, what? Maybe baby bra? What? Breasty nesty fork? Stabby grabby stamps? What? Licky sticky Brian Cram? What are these words? Baldy item Leslie? What the heck? Oh man. I only understood half of those. Dude, how awesome is it though? If you were the person that invented walkie-talkies, I would bring that up in every single conversation ever. Hey Bill, how you doing? Oh, good. I'm just thinking about the time I invented walkie-talkies. Yeah, that was a really special time, not just for me, but for everyone in the world. Because, you know, walkie-talkies are awesome. I find Gambit an interesting champion. I do not. I wish he was better, man. I so wish Gambit was cooler and better. It's one of the few that I knew before I started playing this game. Masteries certainly don't feel fleshed out. We have bleed resistance masteries, but nothing for others, etc. Yeah, I mean, at the time when masteries were made, bleed was by far the most important. There's not that many sources of poison and, you know, incinerate and shock. Like, we're seeing more of that stuff now, but even today, bleed is like by far the biggest debuff to have. And you also don't necessarily want it for other elements. Like poison, for example. If we had one that reduces the damage for poison, they would probably make it so that you need that mastery in order to run suicides. Because could you imagine if it like when you just have the poison debuff on yourself running suicides and you have maxed out willpower and maxed out recovery mastery, it's pretty balanced. You very, very slowly lose some health over time. But let's say there was a way to reduce poison damage. Then the suicides would just heal you. And in fact, that's how suicides worked originally. Before there was changes. You would still take damage from recoil, but otherwise, man, like, the willpower mastery just, it ended up healing you with suicides. There was no reason to not run suicides. And, yeah, if they had something for poison, they would probably have to increase the damage that Liquid Courage did to you to kind of force you to put even more points in and lock you into getting those masteries. So, I mean, I do think there's room to add more masteries, but it's not always necessarily a good thing to have like every single type of mastery. I think stuff like that really works better with the individual masteries that I was kind of talking about, ripping from Dota 2. If you can apply that to because certain champions have poison resistance already. You know, look at Karnak. Karnak has resistance to poison, and he's not OP. But if you give that resistance to poison to other champions, like, I don't know, what's a good example? Colossus, let's say. If you allowed Colossus to get poison resistance, well, dude, he's already so tanky, he already deals so much damage. He would heal from the suicides, and it would just be too much for him. So yeah, I think the individual masteries is really where it's at. Yeah, and I see that person's now spamming questions. Dude, you got timed out because you're spamming your questions. I was actually working my way down the chat. Probably would have seen your question that time. Probably would have answered it. But you can't spam your question either, man. If people are spamming their questions, that's part of what makes other questions get missed. So, hey, man, I hope you come back. But if you unsubscribe, well, I understand, but that's on you, dude. The guy who invented cut, copy, and paste died today? I heard about that, man. Dude, what a legendary thing to invent. I saw a post where, like, somebody, I think it was on Imager or something like that, where, yeah, like, someone said the person who invented cut, copy, and paste died, and then everybody just copy and pasted it. It's kind of a nice way to honor the person's legacy, you know? Just using what they, it's really making light of the unfortunate situation, but if I was the person who invented that stuff, I wouldn't want it, you know, that'd be perfect. Like, when I die, make sure to copy and paste it. It's kind of nice, you know. BG, would you rather have Kabam buff mutagenesis, science serum, collar tech, etc., or just remove them and make class specific suicide type mastery? Why not both? Hold on, let's go look at the mastery since we're talking about it. So, I think they could do both. I think they could have different damage type suicides as long as you can't pick up all of them, because that'd be too OP. You're just constantly getting 30% damage increase after damage increase, and then you just play a champion that can shrug off the damage types and gain stupid levels of damage or something like that, right? Or the more immunities a character had, like Emma Frost, it would maybe make her too OP or something like that, right? So as long as there was a limit, I think that's fine. And then also do something with the class masteries. Now, like the class masteries in general, though, I wouldn't necessarily mind if they did get rid of them. Only because I do think they are very difficult to balance. Yeah, I don't think they necessarily need to get rid of them just to make way for other types of masteries, is I guess what I'm getting at. But what's a good example of this? I mean, I guess the best example is just Mystic Dispersion, because it's the only class mastery that is like amazingly head and shoulders above the rest powerful. So Mystic Dispersion, if there was a way to still allow certain champions to have Mystic Dispersion while cutting it from others, I think that would be better for the game overall. Going back to the class mastery thing. If there was just... Or, I'm sorry, not class mastery. Going back to the individual mastery thing. If they gave you the option to maybe have Mystic Dispersion or maybe a different way to gain power, like, I would love that, man. Like, that could be just the Mystic classes thing, is that Mystic champions, they gain power, they use more specials, right? But if it's just... I don't know, if it's just in the mastery tree like this overall, then every Mystic champion that comes out, or most Mystic champions that come out, they have to be balanced around the idea of people getting this mastery. And then it feels like Mystic Dispersion is mandatory if you're playing a Mystic champion. Otherwise, you're not playing them at their full potential. And the other class types aren't like that. And it's a lot to sacrifice just for the like one class. It's kind of interesting, but sometimes it feels really bad. Like, you want to, you know, I can only play Man-Thing. I feel like I can only play Man-Thing at least if I have maxed out Mystic Dispersion. And that just leads me to not play Mystic Champions most of the time if I'm running Suicides. Whoops. Because then you can't have it all. And Suicides for the majority of the game are just better. Spend the most time playing the arena. Suicides are clearly better for that. The top champions in the game, a lot of them are not Mystic champions, and a lot of them do benefit from Suicides, like Omega Red, Corvus, Ghost. You know, some of the best of the best. And yeah, it just kind of makes it feel bad having to put points in Mystic Dispersion. Like, I don't know, it's a different type of feeling between choosing between Deep Wounds and maybe some other masteries. It doesn't feel as bad as like just leaving Mystic Dispersion out. Like, because it really does cut out an entire class type for the most part. Whereas, okay, maybe you don't want to get Deep Wounds, and maybe that cuts out Bleed champions, but the Bleed champions are spread across all class types. Yeah, maybe they're more focused on like skill champions, but you can look at any class type and they have bleeds. So I don't know. I would have preferred to see things like the item system. The video I made about the item system or gear system, whatever you want to call it, relics, where you get to equip different items, and one of them would be something to give you the Mystic Dispersion bonus. That way, you kind of have a choice on an individual champion level. BG wants MD nerfed, bring out the pitchforks. No, I don't want Mystic Dispersion nerfed. I just want it to be in a different location in the game, is what I'm saying. I definitely don't want it nerfed. I think Mystic Dispersion is something that helps define the Mystic class. It feels really good getting to spam specials, but it feels required, you know? The champions are balanced around players having this mastery. BG, why you have max dexterity? Because I needed 11 points to unlock Mystic Dispersion, and dexterity, max dexterity is a little bit underrated. I'll show you guys. We'll do a quick test. Watch this. Let's go to yeah, let's go to Realm of Legends real quick. How much to max out MD? It's a lot. I don't know. It's like 4,500 units or something like that. If you have no cores, it's a lot. Okay, whatever. This team's fine. So I'm gonna go in against Winter Soldier here, and I'll use Omega Red. I'm gonna gain dexterity on myself. And you're going to see that the first 2 attacks in my 5-hit combo have the increased crit chance. See, I almost get a 3rd one in even. But I don't quite get the 3rd one. But it's the first 2 attacks. And that's a big increase to the crit chance. Also, watch me do a heavy attack. Both hits of the heavy attack gain the increased crit chance. It might not matter for Omega Red. Most of Omega Red's damage comes from the spores and everything anyway. I mean, technically he does have a synergy that increases crit crit damage based on the number of spores, so maybe you can argue that it is really beneficial. I don't know. But the point is, for some champions, that does matter more than others. Colossus, unfortunately, I think his attack is too slow. His heavy attack. I think his heavy attack is too slow where you don't get the bonus crit on both heavy hits. Let's test it real quick. It's hard to tell. Hold on, let me gain Dex again. I don't think I got it. It's actually really hard to tell. But I think it falls off. Yeah, like the damage hasn't come through on the second hit yet. Yeah. Okay, so Dex, you shouldn't get the Dex on both hits, but for some champions it's gonna matter more than others. It's actually not bad. Compared to, let's go ahead and reset those masteries. I'm sure you can guess, but you're not gonna get 2 hits just off of the 1 point index. We'll max out everything else too, like we had it before. You're not gonna get 2 hits in a heavy attack. You're not gonna get 2 hits in the 5-hit combo. We'll test Beardo after this too. Beardo is somebody who you can combo heavy into special too, right? That's a pretty common thing with Beardo. We'll see how that looks with maxed out Dex. I'm not sure if you get it on both hits or not. But real quick, I should have thrown Beardo on the team right now. Whatever. We'll use Omega Red again. And get Dexterity. No chance of getting a second hit in. Doesn't matter how fast you are. What about Heavy Attack? Nope. So not only does it massively boost your attack, or I'm sorry, your crit chance, way beyond what 1 point can do, but it also does that for more than just the first hit. So it's actually not bad. Anything cool happen when you pair that with Mr. Fantastic's Cosmic / Skill Buff Pause? Probably. But I don't actually know. I haven't fully tested all that stuff. All right, hold on. Let's max out Dex again. Why, hello. What's happening here? Someone asked why I had maxed out Dex, and I was just kind of showing them some cool stuff you could do with it. Alright, let's just leave it like that. And now I want to try Beardo, and we'll see if we can get a crit on the special 2. Or, it's not going to be a guaranteed crit, but I just mean, can we get the special 2 hit off before it goes away? Actually, we'll leave Hype on the team, because Hype, I think, is bugged right now with Dexterity. So I'll show that, too. But actually, first, before we go into the fight, let's look at Captain America. 565, Sig 200. What's his crit chance? It's not that high. Having maxed out Dex is going to greatly increase the crit chance. And as anyone who plays Captain America knows, getting those big crits on the L2s, man, feels really good. But when you don't crit, it doesn't feel that good, right? So, yeah. Let me gain... I guess I gotta gain enough power to get to an L2 in the first place. I haven't actually tested this before, so I don't know the results. As good as, you know, as underrated, I'll say, as having maxed Dex is, it is tough to fit in your mastery build sometimes, so I don't typically run it maxed out. Alright, let's see. I need to gain Dex. There we go. And now I just want to see if I can land one hit with the heavy and then special 2. Yep. So that greatly increases someone like Captain America's damage output, actually. I didn't even see if I crit there because I was just focused on the precision buff itself. Because again, no matter how much crit rating you have, it's not going to be a guaranteed crit. It doesn't turn you into Corvus. But it sure helps a lot. And there's plenty of time when you have it maxed out. Yeah. I don't think you can do that with only 1 point. About 6 months behind Hobbit on this one. Well, with maxed out Dex, are you saying? I talked about maxing out Dex when Dex was in the beta, if that's what you're talking about. So I'm not behind anybody on Dex. I liked it from the beta itself. Oh, just with Cap's special 2 specifically, you're saying? Okay, maybe I'm behind on that. But yeah, it's across all champions basically. It can be beneficial to have maxed out decks. I don't think I ever got into champion specifics except for Hyperion. So Hyperion, his Sig ability used to increase the duration of Dex, and somewhere along the way it stopped doing that. You used to be able to get like a, I think it was 4 hits in. I'm pretty sure it was 4 hits. And at heavy attack, I think all 5 hits of your heavy were crits. Well, had the bonus crit chance. Where now it doesn't work that way. So I think something changed. You know what I didn't test? The synergy. I wonder if that works. Like the cap synergy and cosmic synergy. Hold on, let's see what that is. Gam. Need you. And then I need Ronin. And Black Bolt. Alright, so yeah. 30% increased duration on... Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, yeah, never mind. It is there. Okay, 30% precision. That's the buff. This one is 25%. Let's see if these are also not working. We'll test the Mr. Fantastic one after. Okay, so that seemed to work because it definitely had an increased duration to it. Yeah, I was able to get 3 hits. I couldn't tell how many hits of the heavy that was. That might have still just been 3. I don't know. But yeah, something's up with his Sig ability should work with it. Hyperion's eternal physiology becomes more efficient at storing and converting cosmic radiation, resulting in 73% increased buff duration. So it should work. It doesn't. It 100% worked back in the back when the change was first made to Dex. I don't know at what point it stopped working. Alright, let's see, the Mr. Fantastic synergy. I remember testing this when this guy first came out too, but I don't remember exactly if it was anything worthwhile or not. This one, here we go. Okay, so this synergy is for Cosmic and Skill Champions. The basic hits pause one of each buff on them for 0.2 seconds. Of course, I will throw the most powerful teammate possible, which is Groot. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I just want to test that. From what I remember, I don't think I was able to get like a full 5-hit combo off with the precision buff, but let's see. Okay, it was 3 hits. Whoops. Yeah, just able to get the 3rd hit. Let's see the heavy attack. Sadly, the heavy attack was not too successful. Oh man, the first hit is so slow to get the 2nd hit in that there's no time for it to pause. It's just gone. Oh man, I guess if we had the other synergies, if it worked like it should, increased by Hyperion's Sig ability, then it should absolutely be able to give all 5 hits. Hang on, let me read it one more time just to make sure I'm not missing something. Okay. Yeah, basic hits, which includes heavy. Light, medium, heavy. It's a shame, man. They need to fix that bug or something. I hope it's just a bug. Then again, we saw with Voodoo not being able to increase the healing. N-type not being able to increase the heal from Nick Fury. But that was a different case. They turned that heal into a passive. Alright, real quick. I guess one final test. Let's see if we can do it with a 30% increased duration. I just want to see if I could do a heavy attack to have them all be crits. So something else about Dex, though, which is why it's kind of underrated and kind of not underrated. You don't always gain the dexterity buff. It's not like you gain Dex. Wait, hold on. Oh, sweet. We got all 5 that time. Dude, Hype does not have that high of a crit chance, too, so that's a big deal. Look at all those crits, man. But yeah, you're not always gaining the dexterity buff on yourself. You have a little bit of control, so using it before you get to a special is good, is nice, but a lot of times, you know, you're just doing like parry loops and stuff. But anyway, I do like the Dex Mastery, and occasionally I will max it out. If I'm not running Suicides and I want to get Mystic Dispersion, then I will frequently have Dexterity maxed, just to give myself a little bit of extra damage. The other options, if you're not putting points in Dexterity, and you need 11 points to unlock Mystic Dispersion, the other options sometimes aren't that great. Like, of course we're going to have maxed out Stupefy, right? Of course we're going to have maxed out Parry. Which is not always guaranteed. You could go Petrify, Pacify, or whatever, but if you're getting those masteries, then you're probably also maxing out Parry, because you're going to be parrying a lot. So yeah, I've got 8 points. And then, yeah, if you do need Petrify or Pacify, you would be choosing these masteries over Dexterity. But if you don't need these masteries, because a lot of times I actually don't like Petrify. Petrify can sometimes go against you. If the enemy's taking reduced, or if the enemy's gaining less power while they're stunned, that means they're using less specials, which is sometimes great. But sometimes you prefer them to use their specials. This way you get easy openings without having to take any damage. So sometimes this is actually a bad thing, and I don't want to put any points in it. Which leaves Limber, which I do think is great. But sometimes you also don't need Limber. So what I'll end up doing is maxing out Dexterity. And then I have 1 point left over, which is why sometimes in my itemless runs, I just throw this last point into Pittance or something else. But yeah, since Masteries are free right now, I put that extra point into Limber. And then I can get Mystic Dispersion. BG, how many mastery points are there? Because mine says I have 59. Yeah, there's 59. If you're max level and you completed all of Act 4. Explain the changes Cabana are making to the parry mastery. They're not making any changes. It's just a text change. It's working exactly how it was in the past. They had it worded poorly. And now they're changing it to... They're changing the wording to reflect how it has been working all this time. And it's actually a good thing for players. Because there's no visible change But now the Mastery is going to be free. So you're going to get refunded the units that you spent to unlock it. The cube I put in the washing machine was my old cube, not the new one. Okay, I figured there was something you weren't saying, Pete. It's done, clean and shiny. Let's see if it still works when it's done fully drying in like a week. I really didn't think that was something you could do. I've never heard of anybody doing that, at least. Interesting. It's a weird number. Thought I was missing one. Nope, it's 59. I really wonder how, like, dude, I want to go like really in depth on certain topics with Kabam. It's very rarely a good time to do it though. Like at Comic-Con, I've had a few in-depth conversations. But usually it's more like surface level stuff of like, hey, what are you guys doing about this? Are these changes coming anytime soon? Blah, blah, blah. But I want to know, like, okay, if you guys can go back in time, directing this question at Kabam. Kabam, if you guys can go back in time and knowing what you know now, how the game has kind of fleshed out and everything, what changes would you make to the mastery system? Would you guys have a different system? Would it be something more on an individual champion level? Would it be items? I mean, they definitely were planning items at one point. I think, at least. They mentioned increased customization for characters in their 12.0 update. It's what got me so excited about 12.0 in the first place, which we didn't really see. They sort of did that with like unique synergies. I think that's what that system evolved to be. And maybe they prefer that over items anyway. But I'm just curious, like, if they can go back in time, what would they do? You can't ask something like that at Comic-Con when everyone's on the floor walking around, when a bunch of people are asking them questions and stuff, you know? There's no way they can go into as much detail about something like that, because I'm sure they could probably talk about that for a while. Or maybe they wouldn't want to talk about it, you know? Maybe that's something that they prefer to just say, hey, this is the system. We'll continue improving and doing what we can, but there is no going back in time, so let's not even think about that. As long as it's not plugged in, nothing should short, and all the water will be gone in a week. I guess. I wasn't thinking about the water necessarily, Pete. I was thinking more about it getting like tumbled around in a washing machine. Did you do anything? Did you put anything in there that like prevents it from getting banged around? I wonder how much money I would pay if Kabam sold mastery points. Oh man, if you could unlock everything, I don't think that'd be good. I hope they never do that. I think some systems are great if you can unlock everything. Over time, you eventually get it all. But this is not one of those systems. I think it takes away what makes masteries interesting. Sacrifices must be made. Oh, sorry, I meant dishwasher. Oh, wait. Did you say dishwasher the whole time? Oh, no, you did say washing machine. Okay. I was going to say. Wait, maybe you said dishwasher the first time, though. Oh, man, I don't know. Either way, I haven't heard of anybody doing that. The wooter. You said dishwasher first time? Okay. Alright, anyway. been rambling enough about this theoretical changes to masteries and all that nonsense. Rambled enough about that. Let's call it a night here, guys. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Gutta and Forgotten Massacre, thank you both for the being co-big Ds of the night. It is appreciated. And I will be back normal time tomorrow. Sound good, everybody? All right, cool. And yeah, mastery info. Well, mastery guidance. If you guys are looking for mastery guidance, those are the next videos that'll be released. Starting with the basics for the new guys. But alright. See you guys later. Pete, do you ever put your hair in the dishwasher? Last question. Just kind of curious. Have you ever thought about it? You could fit it in there probably, right? Not all of it, but if you just want to wash part of it. Never mind. Don't try it. Put his hair next to your bald cap. Yeah. Bald caps are dishwasher friendly. Alright, good night, guys. Like, close my hair in the door? Yeah, exactly. Good night.